Welcome back to a very electric show. Brew has officially cast his official ballot and is ready to share them with all of us. Will Joker take home his third MVP? Can SGA finish top 3? And will Luka's late season surge help his case? Here with all the answers. And his official ballot is Chris Broussard.
Yes. Let's get it started. You want MVP?
Yes, please.
All right, at number 5, Giannis. Now, I know there's some talk now that Giannis might not be in the top 5.
Yeah.
They want Jalen Brunson. And Jalen's been fantastic. I would understand that. But Giannis's numbers are outrageous this year. And, you know, he's played well. The team's been disappointing. Dame hasn't been what they expected. But Giannis has still been fantastic. So I got him number 5. At number 4, Jason Tatum. I mean, look, what was it, 64 wins? I mean, historic point differential, 11 points a game. They were winning they won the conference by 14 games. And he may be the only all-NBA player from the Celtics. I had Jaylen Brown on my 3rd team, but I don't know that he's going to make it.
It's going to be close.
So, how you going to win 64 games, have one guy on all-NBA, and he's not a top 5 MVP candidate, and he's playing well? I think people focusing on the lack of clutchness and all that, but he's had a great season. Number 3, these 3, the first 3, any of them, if they won it, I would be like,
makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. SGA, the youngest team ever to be a number 1 seed. He's averaging 30 points, 6 dimes, 5 rebounds. He's my vote for Clutch Player of the Year. So I had SGA number 1, and the next guy who I do think is going to win it, I had 2nd Clutch Player of the Year. That's Nikola Jokic. I think Jokic will be the MVP, but he's obviously not mine. He's had a terrific season. And one of the reasons that I took into consideration when I made my vote, Jokic, you know, everybody talks about the seeding, and they're the 2nd seed. Jokic had his 2 MVPs, neither of them came with 50 wins. And one was during the shortened season because of the pandemic, but still, he won as a 6th seed with 48 wins. All right, so don't hold that against everybody if you're starting to give it out to 6 seeds. So I got Luka Doncic as the MVP, the 5th seed. They got their 50 wins. That at one point was a magic number. And his numbers are outlandish. 34 points a game, number 1 in the league. 9.8, 10 assists a game, number 2 in the league. That's only happened 5 other times. And the guys that have done it, Oscar Robertson, Bob Cousy, James Harden, and now Luka. Oscar did it twice. And Tiny Archibald, of course. And then he gives you 9 rebounds a game. And this was a deciding factor for me. Luka has done all this and gotten the Mavs in a great position through a lot of controversy this year. All right, and I'm not talking about Kyrie Irving, who they worked together swimmingly. But his 2nd best player played 58 games, so missed 24 games. That's Kyrie. That's a lot to deal with. They make huge changes in the mid-season, bring in Daniel Gafford and P.J. Washington, and that's a big deal. And then here's this, a lot of injuries for them. Only one of Luka's starters, all right, of the other 4 starters, only one of them played 65 or more games. That was what the NBA saying you have to do to be on teams. And that was Derrick Jones Jr. All right, a lot of upheaval. As far as SGA, all 5 of their starters in OKC, including him, played at least 71 games. So the chemistry is there. The continuity is there. Jokic, 3 of his other 4 starters played at least 73 games. So Luka was doing all this through a lot of upheaval and changes, and the other guys had a lot more consistency in their teams. So
listen, I think that's a great ballot. I think that SGA should be a unanimous 3rd. And that I know OKC fans will be upset with me by that. What I mean is I don't think he had a better year than Luka or Jokic, but I also don't think you can possibly put him lower than 3rd.
He'll get some number 1 votes.
Absolutely. I think he might finish ahead of Luka.
He might, yeah.
My only qualm, I would have had Brunson on there in place of Tatum, but I also would have Tatum on first-team All-NBA because I think they're a little different. Like your top 5 MVP doesn't have to be your first-team All-NBA. I just want to kind of buttress your case for Luka. I don't think the team record is enough of a discrepancy between Denver and Dallas to be disqualifying when you consider the fact that even if it's not demonstrably, I do think Jokic has a better supporting cast than Luka.
Sure.
And I also think that we can't bang on Luka about, no defense, and then he's playing damn near 40, it was 37 minutes a game. The team's defense turned around. Oddly, the metrics like his defense.
Right.
Our eye
It's
tests,
similar to Jokic.
Right, our eye tests don't. And the point you made is a good one. When I was just getting filleted by Serbian Twitter accounts saying, I don't want a 6 seed to win the MVP. Precedent says it can't happen except Russ did it, but other than that, it happened once. And then Jokic won it.
Yep.
That door is now wide open.
Yep.
2 of the last 7 MVPs have been from a 6 seed. So don't tell me a 5 seed is ineligible in Luka's case, because that precedent.
When you win 50 games as well.
Exactly. And lastly, and Wilds, before we move on, you tell me if this is fair or not. Ties go to the guy who hasn't won one.
Oh, see, that's not bad.
They have historically.
Historically, it's just
How many
true.
could LeBron and Jordan have won?
Right, but or even guys in the 70s, Kareem could have won 10 in a row, or 8 of 10, and so it's just historically that's been the case, and so for all those reasons, I agree with
Good
you.
argument. Up next, Defensive Player of the Year. Really a 3-man race here. Here's the numbers on field goal percentage allowed as the primary defender. Rudy's at 1, Wemby's at 2, and AD is at 3. So, Brew, who gets your vote?
Again, he may not win it. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes, but I got Wemby winning it. I got Wemby at number 1, Joe Bear at number 2. This would be his 4th. I think Gobert probably wins it. And AD number 3. And look, to me, when I look at the numbers, and obviously watching the games, the only reason not to pick Wemby is the team was bad.
Well, that seems like a decent reason.
He's a rookie. It's an individual award, and I'm going to show you some numbers that are going to blow your top off.
Okay.
I'm serious. All right, let's start. Well, we all know he led the league in blocks with 3.6 a game. But here's the impact. I wish we could make it even bigger. All right, look at the impact. All right, when he is on the court, he has a 6.1 point impact on their defense. They go from being one of the worst defenses in the league to being nearly a top 5 defense. 6-point difference. Look at Gobert. 0. He doesn't even have a 1-point difference. I've told y'all. Now, Gobert's the anchor. I'm going to be fair to him. But Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Karl Anthony Towns, Naz Reid, these guys are some defenders. They got a good defensive approach and team. And AD doesn't even make a half a point difference compared to Wemby. Huh?
Why is he even playing? Why is he even
I mean,
up for-
I don't.
No, I test, and I'm not saying they're not good defenders. I'm just saying this is a metric that tells you. And here's something else. Block shots.
Oh, can I stay on here before we go to block shots?
All right, go ahead.
Doesn't this seem like an indictment on the Spurs front office?
They are bad.
That
They're
they
young.
decided to basically go with Wemby, and I don't even know who Wemby's.
Can I tell you what I think? I think it's an indictment on how much we should care about that stat.
Okay.
Not because of Wemby. If anyone that's watched the Lakers this year and are like, oh yeah, their defense maintains whether AD's out there or not, I think is insane.
Jackson Hayes can play though.
Okay, stop. And so
he's bouncy.
But go ahead. You wanted to do blocks.
Well, I got some more stuff.
Yeah.
Wemby had a 10-block game, first one in 3 years. He had 8 7-block games. That's more than the other top 5 shot blockers in the league combined. All right, Anthony Davis, Chet Holmgren, Brook Lopez, Walker Kessler. They didn't combine to block as many shots 7 times as he did. All right, also, I gave you that graphic. Stocks.
Yeah, we know. Steals and blocks.
He led the league in steals and blocks.
Hubs and Souls, we have less than a minute.
All right, I can't hear a thing up here.
That's fine. Don't worry.
But hold on.
Yeah.
The most steals and blocks this century.
Okay.
Or second
I just
most.
want to say 2 things.
Since Ben Wallace.
One is, listen, I'm
most
glad
this
you said
century.
Ben Wallace, because the only
4
people with
times
4 Defensive Player of the Year awards are Dikembe Mutombo and Ben Wallace. I don't think Rudy
Probably
Gobert
soon to
should
be
join that
Gobert.
group. So he's out to me. Wemby is going to win at least 5 of these things.
Okay, so he doesn't.
And you know what? When Wemby was a part of 19 wins this year, the Spurs won 27% of their games with him and 28% of their games without him.
Oh, wow.
So you know
Are they
what?
better
about defense.
You know
It's about defense.
you know who shouldn't go his whole career without a Defensive Player of the Year award? Anthony Davis.
And LeBron.
Well, that's true too, but he got robbed by Marc Gasol thanks to flawed voting system.
Anthony Davis.
I also wanted to give you
Gobert
credit.
is probably going to win it.
Can we show the graphic, Hubs, if we can?
Oh,
It's
wow.
fine. Before the year, we all guessed how Wemby was going to do this season. And I think Wilds came the closest to nailing it.
Oh, yeah.
I
put up
don't know.
Shaq's numbers.
What are his?
He's at the bottom. He did. Wilds gets it. Wilds nailed the blocks exactly.
Points, I was close. Technically, I was closer on points and rebounds.
Yeah, but we're going to give it to Wilds. Wilds had the.
Those are just, I think I just brought up Shaq's
You just did
numbers.
Shaq's numbers. You know what, Wilds, you get it. So I say that.
All right, I'll give you one
now
later
I feel
on
like
the show.
Wemby and Brew are
Coming up next.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers. Oh, my goodness. What, did he say something crazy?